pretty early here in Mexico, but it's a pleasure talking to you at this time. First of
Do you have some? Did you have your coffee yet? Are you okay?
yeah, already coffee first. No?
Yeah, of course.
Um, we love history in Mexico. You know what I mean? We're pretty much history buff. The question is, how do you create a character like William of Normandy when you don't have so many references? You know what I mean? I think it's if you portray a character from the 80s, it can
Oh
be
yeah.
yeah, you have more things not to
No,
look.
of course. I mean that's the reality is there's very little. You know the big events. You know what happened here. You know this battle, but it's all scattered. But so you just try to find what you can. You try to imagine. You learn about his. You know we do know. We have historical facts about his childhood. We know that it was not easy. There was a lot of power fighting in France and in Normandy. But of course, also with the writers and with the whole team, that's the fun of it is that we have to connect the dots. How did this guy? How do we imagine this guy went to this? Also, we know what happened after the show ends for possible season two. We know how that's gonna. So that you have the beginning, but then it's all about you know trying to use your imagination. Of course, the writer gives you stuff, but with William, what you did know was actually very fascinating. Tricky childhood, but then he meets Matilda, his wife, and they do. We know that they were a very unusual couple for that time because they they were loyal to each other. They ruled together. They complemented each other, and she was involved. She would be power sharing, which was incredible, and I think that obviously gave us a lot of um, fertile ground to kind of explore. And the same with Harold. We knew some of the power strokes there, but absolutely you're going to have to make stuff up. There's no way around it. It's 1,000 years ago, and if you only go by the tapestry of Bayeux, you're not going to get that far.
Mm. We know that this is a passion project from James Norton. No, he spends like 8 years, developing the series. The chemistry between you guys, it's incredible. In what depends upon that? Is that on the script? Is that casting? Is that direction?
I think it's James is a very good actor, and I think that makes everything easier. Then of course you have two great characters, and you have a very clear. I mean, in that way, the story is very clear. You very from early on, you know that this is they both want more or less the same thing, and they're both very ambitious and proud. Um, and then I mean I was very lucky. I directed one episode, which was
Yeah.
episode 5, where we have like I had some of my favorite scenes happen to be in that episode because there's a lot of stuff with these two guys together. There's a lot of stuff with the ladies together, where you really get to dive into the deeper layers of these characters. And yeah, but the chemistry wise, that was your question. I'm sorry, I'm giving you a very long answer. But the
No,
chemistry thing, you, I think it's you've tried you get good actors, and then chemistry should come by itself. I don't think it's not something magical, but it's a combination of good actors and of course good scripts, clear characters. And James is great, so it was an easy thing for me.
Nikolaj directing the an episode of a TV series. Did you feel comfortable doing it?
Yes, I surprising. Yeah, no, I had no. I was very well prepared. I spent a lot of time, really. Cons- I mean, spent a lot of time with the different heads of departments, finding solutions. Obviously, it's like there are limitations. It's a big show, but of course there are ways things you can do. But then I produced and I've written before, but this was my first time directing. But you realize, I've been doing this thing in front of the camera for 30 years. So suddenly I realized, oh, I have a ridiculous amount of experience doing this. I'm not afraid of actors. I feel very comfortable with actors, and I know I've picked up a few things on the way. But then for me, it was about, that's why I had so much fun with that one episode, because there's some real tasty, scenes between these characters. And I just, not just with those four, but also with one of my favorite actors of all time, Eddie Marsan, who plays Edward the Confessor.
He's fantastic. He's fantastic.
My first scene directing was with him, and we worked together years ago, and it was just, he was the nicest guy, and he's just so good. I mean, it's just I got to he almost died in my episode in a bathtub, and that was just yeah. I mean, so no. To answer your question, I loved it. I absolutely loved directing this episode.
I saw an interview of yours. You said you had a great time in Iceland. Is that right?
Oh my God, yeah. I've spent so much time. I hope to become honorary citizen eventually. I shot Against the Ice, a movie we did for Netflix that I wrote and produced. But so I've become friends with Baltasar Kormakur, who runs the studio. He also directed the first episode. RBK Studios in Reykjavik is my favorite studio in the world. It's just it's incredible. And Iceland, if you ever get it, if you haven't been there and you get the chance, I highly recommend it. It's an incredible place.
Looking forward. This is the last question, Nikolaj. Watching the TV series, it made me thought about history repeating once again and again and again, isn't it? Like it's
Yes.
like the same episode, you know what I mean, right now. People looking for power, you know what I mean? Relationships broken.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
Yes,
agree?
no, but listen, like it's we evolve on so many levels, but I think at the end of those basic things, human things, greed and lust for power and lust is apparently it's a never ending, and the fact that in this story we have these two men fighting for to win, to conquer whatever they want to conquer, and they know that doing so, I mean, William doesn't really have to do it, but he wants to do it because he wants to win, and thousands and thousands of people will die. And yeah, it's difficult not to look at today's world and look out over and see the big leaders of our world, and you go, my God, these pride and ego is dangerous if you also have great amounts of power. Yeah, we have to. I think we have, as people, we have to be better at keeping our leaders in check.
Mhm. Thank you much for the interview. I'm going for more coffee, Nikolaj.
Oh, good. That makes sense. Have a great day.
Last talking to you. Take care.
Heraldo Podcast, un lugar para tus oídos.